Welcome to NFL, where the NFL starts and ends. I'm your host, Jacob, and we're the ones that normally bring you the news first. However, this was a very not surprising, but a definite need for help for the New York Football Giants. As the New York Football Giants sign Landon Collins to a one-year contract, they need Landon Collins. Okay, they needed him. They have nobody. He was brought into a visit. He didn't play, if I remember, he didn't play too much, if at all, in the game against the Packers across the pond. But they need a veteran leadership, somebody, because they've had a rash of injuries, especially in the defense. Landon Collins, a veteran, been with the Giants before. He knows that Mara family very well. He's a good addition for this New York Giants football team. Speaking of a new addition, the Pittsburgh Steelers have decided to roll with Kenny Pickett for the remainder of the 2022 season. Now, normally, I would say this is the best move. And I still think it is. But Matt Canada still calls the plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's just not a good offensive coordinator. Okay, let's just be frank. I'm not saying Trubisky wasn't at fault by any means, and no one was at fault. You haven't won a game without TJ Watt. If I remember, you're 0-6, maybe even 0-7, if I have my math correct. No TJ Watt means the Steelers don't win. In fact, you got blown out by Buffalo 38-3. You couldn't score. The problem with the Pittsburgh Steelers is not who's the quarterback, but who's the offensive coordinator calling the plays, being conservative, don't run the football, have no offensive line, can't protect whoever is back there. Like, it could be Kenny Pickett, it could be Ben Roethlisberger, it could be Mitchell Trubisky. Hey, it could be anyone. Any player, any person could play quarterback. They won't get protected from that offensive line. Like, it does not matter. So, I hope Kenny Pickett does well. I think he'll do well, but I don't think Matt Canada is the answer as the offensive coordinator, or at least as the play caller. An interesting move from the Arizona Cardinals came this past week as they released former second-round pick Andy Isabella. Isabella was supposed to have a role in this offense. However, mid-off season, it was announced that they were trying to trade Andy Isabella. No trade partner was found. He was released. He went through waivers. No one picked him up. Isabella, I think, is a good addition. There should be people and teams, especially at midway point of the season, where they're going to need a wide receiver. Hey, we need a slot guy. Isabella's that guy. Let's go get him. That's usually how the NFL works. The guy gets released, you hold it a little bit, and then here we go. A surprising retire happened in Tampa Bay. No, not Tom Brady. No, not Mike Evans. Cole Beasely, the wide receiver that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers signed to their practice squad 2 weeks ago, has announced his retirement after 11 seasons. A guy who wasn't supposed to make it in the NFL, played at SMU, was with the Cowboys for a number of years, played in Buffalo the last 3 or 4 years, goes to Tampa after their rash of injuries and the suspension of Mike Evans, has announced that he is done at the age of 30. Now, to finish off this part of the news, this video I should say, the greatest thing happened that could have happened. But it led to something that I think is wrong. Last Monday night, between the Rams and 49ers, the Rams are losing this game, and they ended up losing the game. A fan ran on the field with a gas, I guess it's technically a gas bomb, but it's not really. It was something he made. And he ran on the field with it and was running around, and the security could not tackle him. And the greatest thing happened. Bobby Wagner, a veteran, went and kind of just forearm shivered him in the chest and knocks the guy down. Security gets on top of him. He did the best thing. Get out of the way. Don't continue. Just get out of the way. Everyone get out of the way. Let the security people handle it. Well, now, the guy was saying, now he has filed a police report. At this time, no charges have been filed, but he's filed a police report saying that Wagner attacked him and hurt him, and the flare was burning him, and no one tried to help it. All these things. What I'm trying to tell you is this. Bobby Wagner did the best thing possible. In fact, the Mannings actually had a cheap pop out of it. They're like, yes! Like, you could hear Peyton Manning say, yes, a veteran did what he had to do. Just a little forearm shiver, knock the guy down, let security take care of it. And that's what happened. It was the best thing that happened because a lot of people say, well, Bobby Wagner was wrong, Bobby Wagner was this, Bobby Wagner was that. Bobby Wagner was a hero because there was nobody knew what that guy was going to do. And Bobby Wagner took him to the ground. Now, he didn't pile drive him into the ground. He didn't wrap him up and tackle him. He just kind of little forearm shivering. The guy goes back and security took care of it. But a great job by the veteran Wagner. Should not, because if any charges should be filed, it should be trespassing from that fan jumping on the field and Wagner just getting a little shot in there to allow the security to get the upper hand.